Good morning. I did it again. One of these days I'm going to remember to put the microphone out there so you guys can hear me. Today is October 9th, 2024. It's Wednesday. I'm Gene, and you're hanging with Uncle. I hope you have your coffee. Today I want to talk about not so much conspiracy theories, but just the effect that this campaign is having on this country. And what I mean about this campaign, this election season, and it started back in 2016 with lies that Mexicans are sending murderers and rapists, not their best, across the border. That's a lie. To where we are now, to where legal migrants, from Haiti that are residing in Springfield, Ohio, are eating your cats and dogs. Another heinous lie. Now, I don't really want to make this show about lies. We all know that, Cadet Bonespur's lies, but every word that comes out of his mouth. But I want to talk about the effects those lies are having, because if I tell you the sky is orange, but you say no, it's blue, but one person believes that the sky is orange, now you have a confrontation over, is it a blue sky or an orange sky? That confrontation puts people at odds. I can't talk to you. You believe the sky is blue. You know what I mean? And that's what we're seeing in our politics now. But the effect that has on us is violence. Look at what happens when the lies about Haitian migrants are being spread, and the death threats that are being posed on that community, and the extra resources law enforcement is having to use to protect kids at schools, which is taking away from real law enforcement problems that need to be dealt with. These are the kinds of effects that these lies have on our community. And there are so many. I'm not going to go down the list of them because there's so many of them. I couldn't do it justice. But when I hear the right side talking about this will be the last election, win, lose, or draw, think about it. You heard Cadet Bonespur saying, if I win, you won't need to vote anymore. Okay. Now you're hearing, if we lose, there'll be no more elections. Well, what does that mean? So, in my opinion, I think it's more of a subliminal message, because if he wins, he'll rig it to where he never has to leave office, because as long as he's in power, he can't be prosecuted for anything. And if he loses, well, there'll be no more elections, because I think he's probably trying to incite a civil war. To get people riled up with the blatant lies. I mean, just look at Hurricane Helene down in Florida. It hit Florida, but it impacted Georgia, South, North Carolina, Virginia. And President Biden's administration has been on top of it, from knowing, there's a hurricane coming. What do we need to do to prepare for it when it hits? What resources do we need to have available? You can plan for it. So when it hit, FEMA was on top of it. Now, I'm not saying it was done perfectly, because nothing ever is. And if that's what you're looking for, then, you're part of the problem. But when I hear also, Ron DeSantis is an idiot. He's a moron. We'll get to that. But when Republican Governor Brian Kemp and Lindsey Graham from South Carolina and Glenn Youngkin from Virginia, the Republican governor, are all saying how rapidly President Biden has reached out to them and offered assistance, and how things are on the move. Nothing happens overnight, it takes time, but it is in process. What lies is Cadet Bonesborough saying that there's been no response, they can't get a hold of Biden? It's a lie. So that pits, again, the truth versus a lie. And those people that are believing the lies are thinking, oh my God, look at that. These are red states and he's not doing anything to protect us, when the total opposite is true. But the effect of believing those lies because he's the only person you want to listen to, those effects are catastrophic. It leads to things like violence, assassination attempts by registered Republicans on their own candidate. um, it just amazes me that we don't stop and realize and recognize what's happening, because a majority of people are looking at things from their team mindset. Oh, Democrats want to do this. Oh, Republicans want to do this. Instead of focusing on the truth, on the issues. Remember, if you want to know the truth, get your local newspaper. Those guys are probably some of the most accurate and pertinent reporting that you can get. Because now if I'm in Florida or any of those affected states, and a reporter is saying I'm here with FEMA and blah blah blah, but nobody reads anymore. It's like the joke, how do you hide the truth from an idiot? You put it in a book. And that's, read your local paper, see what the reporters are saying right there on the ground in your community. Don't turn on lying Fox News or listen to Cadet Bonespurs. It is only going to exacerbate and gin up more hateful rhetoric that would cause people to think we're in a civil war. I don't want to go there, and I hope you don't either. So please don't just look at one side of the coin. Don't just turn on one source of information and think you're informed. Look at everything. Get a more accurate depiction of what's going on. And, you'll find that we have way more stuff in common than we do that we disagree upon. All right? So be kind to one another and treat each other the way you want to be treated. Help us grow our community. Hit that subscribe button if you like content like this. Critical thinking. And also hit that like button. Spread the word that, we exist out here in the world. And also hit that notification bell so you don't miss whenever we go live or put new content out there. So that's what I have for you today. I'm Gene.